There's a moment in week 2 of Carnivore that almost everyone hits. You've made it through the first week, you feel incredible, the fog has lifted, your energy is stable, you think, this is it, I've figured it out. And then you wake up one morning and you feel off. Not bad, just not superhuman anymore. And you think, did I do something wrong? Is this not working anymore? I'm Frank, I've been carnivore for 18 months and I need to tell you about the mistake I made in week 2 that almost derailed everything. Because here's the thing, the mistake isn't what you think. It's not that you ate the wrong thing. It's not that carnivore stopped working. It's that you expected to feel superhuman forever. And when you didn't, you panicked. Let me take you back to my week 2. I'd just had the most profound 48 hours of my life. I woke up on day 2 of carnivore and I felt like a completely different person. The brain fog I'd had since childhood gone. The anxiety that had followed me through decades of drug use, alcoholism and depression, gone. The constant mental chatter, now silent. I walked to the beach that morning and I felt like I was floating. I actually got my phone out and recorded myself because I couldn't believe what I was experiencing. For the first time in my adult life, my mind was quiet. So I kept going. Day 3, day 4, day 5. I had one small headache on day 5. Drank some salty water and it passed. By day 7, I was eating nearly 2 kilos of meat a day. I was ravenous, but I felt alive. And then day 10 hit. I woke up and felt normal. Not bad, not foggy, just normal. And I panicked. Because I thought carnivore was supposed to make me feel superhuman every single day. I thought that initial clarity was the baseline. That I'd just feel like that forever. And when I didn't, I started questioning everything. Am I eating too much fat? Not enough fat? Should I be eating organs? Am I doing this wrong? Here's what I didn't understand. That initial high wasn't the destination. It was the relief. Let me explain. For 30 years I've been living with chronic inflammation. From plant toxins, from sugar, from drugs, from alcohol. My brain was constantly inflamed. My gut was a mess. My blood sugar was on a daily roller coaster. And when I went carnivore, all of that stopped immediately. The inflammation started dropping, my blood sugar stabilized, my gut finally got a break. And my brain went, oh my God, what is this? This is incredible. That's what I felt on day 2. That wasn't carnivore making me superhuman. That was my body finally not being poisoned. It was like I'd been wearing a 50-pound backpack my entire life, and someone finally took it off. The relief was so profound that I thought I'd gained superpowers, but I hadn't. I'd just stopped carrying the weight. And in week 2, my body started to adjust. The novelty wore off, the relief settled into normalcy, and I mistook that for failure. So here's the mistake I made. I started changing things. I thought maybe I need more fat, maybe I need less fat, maybe I should try adding organs, maybe I should fast more. And every time I changed something, I confused my body even more. Here's what I wish someone had told me. Week 2 is when your body starts the real work. In week 1, you're running on relief. Your inflammation is dropping, your blood sugar is stabilizing, you feel amazing because you've removed the poison. But in week 2, your body starts to heal, your gut lining starts to repair, your dopamine receptors start to upregulate, your mitochondria start to optimize for fat as fuel. And all of that takes energy. So you might feel a little tired, you might feel a little flat, you might feel like you've lost that initial spark, but you haven't. You're just in the rebuilding phase. Think of it like this. If you broke your leg, the moment the cast comes off, you'd feel relief. You'd think, finally, I'm healed. But you're not. You still need physical therapy. You still need to rebuild the muscle. You still need time. That's week 2 on carnivore. The poison is gone, but the healing is just beginning. And if you start changing things, adding this, removing that, trying to chase the initial high, you're just interrupting the process. So here's what I did, and here's what I recommend you do. Stop changing things. Pick a simple protocol and stick with it for 30 days minimum. For me, that was beef, lamb, eggs, butter, and a little raw cheese. That's it. I didn't track macros, I didn't count calories, I didn't worry about fat to protein ratios. I just ate when I was hungry, I ate until I was full and trusted the process. And here's what happened. By day 20, that initial clarity came back, but it was different. It wasn't the euphoria of relief. It was the steady hum of a brain that was finally working properly. By day 30, I wasn't thinking about food constantly. I wasn't craving anything. I wasn't questioning whether this was working. I just felt good. Not superhuman, not euphoric, just good. And that's the goal, because here's the truth. Sustainable healing doesn't feel like fireworks. It feels like peace. But there's one more thing I need to tell you, because this is the part that almost made me quit. Around day 14, I felt so good that I thought maybe I can add some things back in. Maybe I don't need to be this strict. And that's when I almost ruined everything. Here's what happens in week 2. You feel good enough that you start to forget how bad you used to feel. You think, I'm fine now. I could probably handle some fruit, or some honey, or even some chocolate. And your brain is very convincing. It says, you've proven you can do this. You've reset, you're in control now. But you're not yet. Your dopamine receptors are still healing. Your gut lining is still repairing. Your insulin sensitivity is still improving. And one hit of sugar, even healthy sugar, can set you back weeks. I've seen this happen over and over. People make it to day 14, they feel great, they think they're healed, and then they have a piece of fruit, or some honey, or a healthy dessert. And within 48 hours, they're back in the fog, not because carnivore stopped working, but because they interrupted the healing before it was complete. My rule, 90 days minimum before you even think about testing anything. And honestly, after 18 months, I still don't want to, because I remember what it felt like to live in that fog, and nothing tastes good enough to go back. So if you're in week 2 right now and it feels like the magic is wearing off, this matters. Nothing's gone wrong. The first lift was relief. This is the part where the real work happens. If you want to understand why this phase feels the way it does, watch Your Brain on Sugar, The Truth No One Tells You. It's on the screen here. If this content is helping, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.